Welcome back. 50 Days of Sketching. Day 26. We're over halfway now, boys and girls. Let's go. So this prompt is Pokemon. Oh, and also if you want to do this yourself, the link is in the description below. It's got all the prompts and instructions on it. But yeah, we're doing Pokemon. Pokemon is one of the most popular brands worldwide. They sell millions and millions of dollars. And they got my money too. So it spans for generations. I was a big fan of it, especially in middle school and high school. And my little cousins, they love Pokemon, as well as my nieces and nephews. They love Pokemon. Pokemon is a cultural powerhouse. It is even more popular than Disney. Isn't that crazy? That's how popular Pokemon is. But I'm going to be drawing a little ode to an animation that I'm sure the older crowd, especially if they're watching the animated YouTube in the early 2010s, probably know what I'm referring to. But yeah, it's Ash, and you'll see the other one. You'll see in a moment. So when I was a kid, let's see, my first memorable Pokemon I've played was Pokemon Ruby. Now that was the bomb to me. Generation 3 is my favorite. That's the one I grew up with. It wasn't the first one I played. I played Pokemon Gold, but the battery dried out and we couldn't save it. I think either one of our uncles or our older cousins gave it to us just to play. And I had fun, but the problem is I couldn't save my progress. And I don't know how to replace those batteries, especially when I was a kid. But yeah, Pokemon Ruby. A lot of my friends were Team Sapphire. I was definitely Ruby. I personally like red more as a color. Oh, there we go. I'm chuckling there, man. It's a pretty funny drawing. If you know what I'm referring to, I'm sure you'll have good memories of that animation. But yeah, Ruby. I was Team Ruby, man. I like red more than blue, and red's definitely one of my top 3 favorite colors. But I always chose Torchic because the kicking, boxing Pokemon, the fighting, firefighting, that one was cool. And one of my older brothers liked Torchic a lot too, so eventually I had to give him the cool Torchic Blaziken, and I went for the cool Trico, which unfortunately Trico kind of undercooked. He's a grass type, physical grass fighter, and he's supposed to be a fast physical sweeper, but competitively just didn't work out. And during the remakes, which I did buy, I was in high school, I stuck with Trico. I called him Grove Lee, and I tried my best. I tried to show my friends, hey man, Mudkips aren't that cool. Lizard Tree Man here, Leaf Blade cut you, Yeah, I really like the Gen 3 Pokemon, man. I remember coming home from school, the local television, we didn't have cable at my house, so we had just local channels. It was either watch PBS Kids or Kids WB, which Kids WB had some heavy hitters, man. They had Pokemon. They had the rights for dubbing and distributing Pokemon in America. And Yu-Gi-Oh! And boy, oh boy, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! And I love Pokemon. So it was always fun to watch Pokemon right after school got done. And my mom will always be like, you guys watch too much TV, you guys need to do your homework. Which, she's right. We should definitely do our homework, especially when we get home from school. Which I did. I don't know about my brothers, but I did for sure. I didn't want to get lectured by my mom, so But yeah, it's good times watching Pokemon and Kids WB, especially since we didn't have cable. My friends would say like, "Oh, did you watch the new SpongeBob episode?" I'm like, "Nope." "Oh, did you watch the new Kids Next Door episode?" "Nope. I don't have Cartoon Network." "Oh, did you see High School Musical on Disney Channel?" "Nope. Don't have cable." But hey, those public TV shows, man, they weren't too bad. And after I think it was like 3:30 to 4:30. That's when Kids WB they had a solid lineup. During the weekdays, it was like, maybe it was longer, 3:30 to 5:30, a 2-hour block. I had spent my homework to do in 30 minutes, because at 6 o'clock were The Simpsons on another local broadcast, and it was an hour long as Simpsons. And then on Fridays, after 6 to 7, at 7 p.m. on Fridays, WWE SmackDown was on. And boy, I watched so much TV on Friday, and so did my other brothers. It's good times, you know. You got your siblings huddled up by the TV. It doesn't really happen anymore. And a lot of people just stream, and it doesn't really. My nieces and nephews will never know what that feels like, because they're just on their iPads. That's just the way it is. But I had a blast watching those shows. Yeah, and I had no idea how good The Simpsons were until I grew up. I watched the reruns on the local channel. It didn't show the new ones. It showed seasons 1 through 8, which I think a lot of people consider the golden age of The Simpsons. And from time to time, I do just look at funny compilations of The Simpsons, and man, those jokes were nonstop. I used to watch Friends a lot too. That was another showing. It was right after The Simpsons. I did watch Friends too, and I thought it was funny when I was a kid, but as I'm older, I'm like, it's not that funny. And I tend to like sitcoms with no laugh track. When you do a laugh track, you have to pad out for time. The Simpsons never needed a laugh track though. You hear the jokes, it stops, it keeps going, and I mean, it never stops. It keeps going, just hard hitting, left and right for the whole time it's on. But yeah, there we go, drawing Pickle Chew. But I love the early Simpsons. I watched that so much when I was a kid, as well as Pokemon. I wonder if Ash ever ages. They probably won't ever do that. Ash is too popular. Just like Goku, they try to make Goku die off. And, spoiler alert! But they try to give him a new main character, and people are like, no, give me Goku. So Ash will probably be forever 10. What a curse to be forever 10. I personally would hate that. But yeah, that's Pokemon. We got Ash and Pikachu. But that's it. You guys have a lovely day. Goodbye.